Hey everyone, it's me, I'm the Gaming Nerd here, bringing you the first day of 12 days of anime. And I'm not sure if anyone's going to do something like this, but this is probably going to be the only time I do this, for at least this particular year of 12 days of anime, is talk about a bad moment. And the reason why I'm doing this is that I ran out of things I could talk about. Like, I have a certain rule of mine that I honestly don't really want to talk about things I've already discussed, like in an episode review or a manga chapter review, unless if I feel like I have something new to add to it. And I want to keep, like, if I'm going to talk about multiple parts of a series on the same day, I'm just going to more so just lump them in on one day in one video, or just do, if I caught the series, more so do a series discussion on it. That is more in particular what I'm doing for the 12 days of anime, and I ran out of ideas, so I said, you know what, for the first day, why don't I just cover the Fairy Tale chapter that may have the community dropped it. And yes, I pretty much call it Fairy Tale. It's more so a force of habit, because chapters 321 and 322 more so sum it up as to why I'm not sure if anyone else has called it before me, but why I referred to Fairy Tale as Fairy Tale. I imagine there's a lot of other people so many people will agree with me, like, shit. Like, people who dropped it because of these chapters were like some pretty big names, like Sora Fanboy 124, the Jorshay, Keen of Lightning, just to name like 3 of them that dropped the series because of these 2 chapters. Now, I was going to originally cover 331 along with 332, but plans change, and there's a reason for that. It's because, due to the fact that I read 331 multiple times, I'm like, there isn't really a lot to talk about. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it being. In fact, I would say some of the Naruto chapters this year have actually been far worse, such as like the whole Talk no Jutsu thing. But let's get back to the topic and talk about Fairy Tail chapter 322. Alright. And if I could actually, I should have probably began like a color page or The chapter more so begins with Gray and Juvia about pull-off attack. And more so, oh shit, it's been so long since I've read Fairy Tail I actually forgot the names. Leon, I believe is his name, like more so Gray's old rival. It more so begins with Gray and Juvia attacking straight forward with Shelia and Leon, and they're going more so combined attack of using Juvia's water and Gray's ice attack. And the reason why this is more so happening is that Leon is trying to get Shelia to snap out of something completely ridiculous, because she feels that attack. That attack to her looks so romantic, which in reality Gray's and Juvia's relationship is more one-sided if anything. There's that. And we see the fact that they more so get one shot, which I'm not sure if it is actually one shot, because yeah, I should have probably went back to some of the past chapters just to double check, but come on, if you guys have read these chapters, you can sympathize with me. I had to read this chapter multiple times. I actually have to reread it to, like, I don't want to explain this chapter into full detail why it's bad, and here's the reason why this moment sucked. It was more so a terrible defeat. Like, I guess you could say it's the power of love conquers all, but fuck the power of love. And trust me, things get even worse. Then the fact that the next moment we see Urza and Kagura fighting. They're in the middle of a battle, and we see the fact that Urza's armor that she switched to in the last chapter cut Kagura's just sliced it completely. And as it turns out, Urza's current armor, which I believe is called according to this panel right here, the Namagami's armor, or Nakagami's, or however you pronounce it, essentially here's what it does. Get ready for this. Get ready. This is actually a ridiculous OP power. It allows the user to bend the laws of magic. To me, that's like something that should primarily belong to like a god tier character, perhaps like a character at the end of the series, like a final film, or the way the main character is. Not something like around here where we don't know when the fairy tale's gonna end. 'Cause shit, that fucking armor of that. There's at times when something can be too OP, but that right there, that armor is a fucking plot device some more. So just wrap this fight up. Now, granted, this is the last fairy tale chapter I've ever read, and if you guys are like all up to date, please tell me in the comments. Has Urza at all used this power afterwards, after this chapter? Because I'm really curious about it. And if she hasn't, then that is more than a fucking plot device. And she more so defeats Minerva. And please don't hit me for a copyright strike for what I'm about to do. Please, I don't want to be hit by it. We see right, because I'm about to show you the way Minerva's like when she gets defeated. Here's what she looks like. Notice the fact that the hero Mashima decided to sneak in a panty shot. And shit, I didn't even realize this till now. Minerva lost her fucking top as well, it looks like. God damn it. This dude really, like, Fairy Tail. Really, I swear the series, as Fairy Tail goes on and more, the more fan service it has. Then, more so, Urza's declared the victory. And everyone's cheering on Fairy Tail. And then we see Scene. And then we get to the worst fucking moment in this chapter. We're about to build it up. Basically, throughout the entirety of this more so Day of the Grand Magical Game, Steen has a plan to defeat Fairy Tail. I actually forgot what the plan is. I should have looked some of this shit up. But as things are getting ready, pretty much all the Fairy Tail members go to where Steen is. They all look injured. Steen, he hasn't been in a single battle, so there's a good chance he could at least take down a couple of them. He even says this, which is why I'll crush all of you at once. This is my time to shine, to show Lecter what I'm truly capable of. Then pretty much Urza says, prepare to lie in it, Steen. Then I'm just gonna bear with me. You see this panel right here. You see like this entire fucking panel. Steen gets intimidated by them and just gives up. This was the final straw for a lot of people. He just surrenders. He doesn't get a chance and he starts crying. This was just, oh my god. This chapter has like everything from fucking plot devices to the power of love to just being a downright pussy. Now, if you haven't seen Fairy Tail or read it and you're watching this video, you probably understand as to why people dropped this chapter after I explained it. Cause oh wait, shit, I forgot. There's one other thing with this chapter. Fuck, I wanted to forget this ever happened. Basically, in Fairy Tail, there's these cats called Exiled. They were from another world, and pretty much, I guess, what some of the characters are in Fairy Tail, including the main character, are more so dragon slayers, which are more so humans that were trained by a dragon. And pretty much, it's like most of the dragon slayers are actually partnered with an Exiled, and this is actually explained because the Exiled were, I believe, supposed to kill the dragon slayers, but instead they befriended them. And Steen has his own one. These Exileds are pretty much a talking cat. And Lecter, Steen's Exiled, was actually supposedly killed by Minerva. We even see him get blown to bits. But as it turns out, one of the characters, we even see this in the very beginning of the chapter, had had Lecter up her ass, and Steen sees Lecter, he starts crying, they pretty much hug, which, yes, I guess nice for seeing the fact that his cat's alive, but this chapter was just downright awful. It was. And 331 was, I don't remember, I read it like a couple times before making this video. I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't include it. Well, it isn't as bad as I remember, but 332 was just as bad as I remember it being. In fact, I think in some cases it was worse, because there were some things I actually fucking forgot about. So yeah, I began this on a low note, but what you guys thought? What were you guys' thoughts on this chapter when it came out? Tell me about it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please tell me, for the love of God, you didn't love it. Please tell me you didn't. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you dislike it, leave it a dislike. And sub to me if you want to see more content like this, including the rest of my 12 days of anime, which part 2 should be out tomorrow. And yeah, anyways, I'm Anime Gamer, signing out. Peace.